In this video, we're going to talk about how to get better than your friends. I've got 5 good tricks that if you follow them and play the same amount as they play, you will get better than they will, faster than they will. We're going to have to talk about fundamentals. It might be a touch mundane to learn about fundamentals, but if you don't have strong, if you don't hold the cue right, or if you're not standing the right way, if your feet aren't positioned the right way, you can get good at pool, but it's very difficult to get great. I'm Jeff Johnson, and this is a Misspent Youth. Trick 1, you got to make sure that you're shooting straight. If you don't have good fundamentals, you can get good at pool, but it's hard to get great at pool if you don't have good fundamentals. So let me just quick show you. First thing you want to do is find the balancing spot in your pool stick. It's usually about up here. So a lot of folks think you are grabbing on the actual wrap, but you're not. You're holding up here. You want to hold soft too. Remember, this is a whip that you're creating, not a sledgehammer that's strong. So only a couple of fingers. Your back fingers don't even hold onto the stick at all. You want to make sure that the bottom of the cue is as low as possible, whether you're doing draw, whether you're doing forward. You don't want to be holding the stick way up here. You want to be low down on the table, this way here. That is how your right hand should hold. Now while you're holding it, when your arm just hangs like this, that's naturally how you want to hold the stick. You don't want to have it way out here. You don't want to have it way under here. Just however your arm would hang, that's where it belongs, right there. Just like that. Now, feet. Feet are important. Your 2 feet, your legs are going to aim toward the direction that you're shooting. So if I want to shoot straight this way, I step into the shot and down. And now my leg, arm, everything is going this way. You'll see this sometimes. You don't want to have your legs open and trying to shoot like this. It's simply not as accurate. You can get good that way, but you can't get great. So you're holding the stick soft, you're stepping into your shot, and now you're down. You want to have equal pressure on both feet and on your left hand, or right hand if you're left-handed. But what you don't want is to be leaning forward and having all of your weight on your hand, or leaned so far back that you're barely putting any weight at all on your hand. You want to be one solid movement like this, bam. Now you're ready to shoot. Okay, this is important. You decide what you're going to do while you're standing. Once you commit to going down on the shot, you are only doing what you decided to do already. So if you come down on this shot and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to shoot draw instead of follow, you stand back up and then go down and shoot your draw shot. Okay, don't make any decisions once you're down here. Pre-shot routine. Brains are weird. In order to make muscle memory the most effective, players of any sport, be it pool, be it tennis, be it shooting a free throw, your brain tends to remember muscle memory more if you have a pre-shot routine which is the same every time. The most important things of the pre-shot routine is to know where you're going to shoot, take the time to walk the table, make sure nothing is in the way, chalk your stick, take a step back, and shoot. Bang. Now your pre-shot routine and my pre-shot routine are going to be different. Doesn't matter what it is as long as it's the same every time. Back in 2002, I got LASIK. Before that, I wore glasses all the time. Part of my pre-shot routine was to press my glasses into my nose, and then I would get down and shoot. And when I got LASIK, I kept automatically doing that because I'd literally done it 10,000 times. It took me a long time to change my pre-shot routine from whatever it was, where I move my glasses and then shoot, to becoming a pool player that doesn't do that. We need to talk about your left hand. Your left hand, your bridge hand. When it's down on the table, there are many different ways to shoot this ball. The 2 that I use the most is the open bridge, hand down, thumb up in the V. Just like this, bang, or I use the closed bridge this way, bang. These are the 2 most common bridge types that people will use when shooting shots. When it's on the rail, there's only one real good way to do that, and that is to use the rail as the support. So instead of your hand that has moving muscles and things, just put the stick on the table, take your thumb, put it next to the stick, your other 2 fingers grab on, and this finger pushes that way into this thumb. Now you have a solid bridge that you can then shoot. All right, so if you have good fundamentals and you can shoot the ball straight. That's the first trick in getting better than your friends. If you want to know if you're shooting straight or not, there's 2 tests. Water bottle, table. Step into your shot, down, weight, foot, arm, foot, arm. If you can swing straight into a water bottle, then you know that you are hitting the ball where you mean to hit the ball. Just like that. Trick 2, stop using left and right English until you fully understand where the balls are gonna go. Your friends on your pool league probably know all kinds of neat spins. If you're putting a bunch of spin and a bunch of English and going down and back, you're introducing more complexity to the shot than you need. So when I'm thinking of this shot, I'm thinking, where do I need the cue ball to be to get to the 3? And the answer is probably somewhere right in here. Let's put it there. Okay, now, you're thinking, where should I put the cue ball after making the 2 so that when I make the 3, I can make the 9? And the answer is somewhere in here. Okay. Now when I shoot, the momentum of the ball will just drift down the table and I don't have to worry about whether I can get the ball down there or not. So as you can see, it's easier to use the momentum that you're already giving the pool ball to get the ball to go around the table than it is to use all this crazy spin and neat masses and Englishes, and that's a lot of complexity that is only needed on very few shots. There's just too many things that can go wrong. All right, so trick 4, getting better than your friends, is what to do with the cue ball if you're not sure where you should leave it for your next shot. And the answer to that is almost always put the cue ball into the middle of the table. If you're not sure how to leave it or where it should be, make the ball so that you can get the cue ball back into the center. Once the ball's in the center, you can shoot lots of different shots. That's where you should be putting the cue ball most of the time, especially if you're not sure exactly where you need it to be. Center of the table. And the 5th trick is quit being lazy. Chalk your cue before you shoot every shot. How many times I've missed a 9 ball because I didn't chalk my cue? Chalk your cue before every shot. Make sure you know where the next balls are. Don't get down, shoot a shot, and then be like, oh man, the next ball's way up here. Whoops. Just take the time to know where the next 2 balls that you're going to shoot are on the table so that you can set up shots to get to those 2 balls. And also take the time to walk around the table. When you're shooting a shot, make sure to look at it. Look at it from different angles. Let your brain figure out how to make it and make sure there's a clear path. Take the time. It takes 5 seconds. It'll win you games. And the last is when you get down, you are only to shoot the ball. You make the decision standing up. You walk the table, you chalk your stick. Once you've decided, I'm going to shoot this ball in here with this amount of spin and I'm going to try to get it there, then and only then do you go down and shoot your shot. If anything happens while you're down here, maybe you decide, oh, I'm going to use draw and not follow. You stand back up and you get back down and then you use draw. So the doorbell rings, the dog comes in the room, whatever. Any kind of distraction happens, stand back up, go back down. These tricks will win you games.